Viewers, like to welcome you back again to Yard Light Farms YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe to the page and like the content. Share, don't be afraid to share what we're saying. Now today I want to go through some information with you guys when it comes to becoming a farmer. What does it take for you to become Old MacDonald? Right? So when it comes to you becoming a farmer, there's certain things that you would like to do, certain steps you would like to take. It doesn't matter what part of the world you are located. Like for me, I'm located in Belize. So a lot of the stuff that I'm going to say is based more for the Caribbean, for Central America, but a lot of the information is general. So it doesn't matter what part of the world that you're in. It can apply to what you're doing as well. Now, ask yourself, why do you want to be a farmer? What's the reason behind you becoming a farmer? This is the most important thing that you want to do. Is it because you want to actually do food to provide for your family? Are you trying to actually make some income? Is it a personal reason? Is it for business? Is it for food security? This is very, very important when it comes to you actually answering that question, why do you want to become a farmer? The reason for this is because you have to have a strategy when it comes to you being a farmer. Now, your strategy will come from why do you want to be a farmer? By you knowing why you want to be a farmer, that's how you could put together your strategy. For example, do you want to be a primary farmer? Do you want to be someone that is more engaged in the post-farm gate? Meaning that primary farmer, do you want to give the raw materials or the raw product? Like for example, do you want to be the one giving the corn? Do you want to be the one actually giving the chicken live weight? Do you want to be the one giving your livestock live weight? These are primary farmers. Now, when it comes to the aspect that I told you guys just now, which is post-farm gate, this is what happens after the product or the raw material leaves the farm. Are you going to add value to it? Are you going to look at it from a business perspective, saying that, you know what, rather than just selling the raw materials, what I'll do is that I'll find a way to package my own goods, to brand my own goods, to market my own goods, to add value to my own goods. These are areas whereby it's more of the business aspect. So remember I asked you, what's the reason for you wanting to be a farmer? These are reasons that would allow you to strategize when it comes to you putting together for your farm plan, all right? Now, another important thing is do your research. It is very, very important for you to do your research. You don't want to be that person that you said, you know what, I'll just go into chickens. And you start getting 15 chickens. And then next thing you know, you have 14 roosters and 1 hen. What's the production level you think you're gonna get? It's defeating the purpose of becoming a farmer, because then if you look at poultry, why do I have 15 roosters and 1 hen? It doesn't add up. So it's very, very important for you to do your research so you can know the reasons why you're going to do some things or get some things. Now, what's the product that you're going to put on the market? Or what are you going to indulge your time in? Are you going to do grains, corns? Are you going to do poultry? Are you going to do livestock? Are you going to do pigs, goats, chickens? What exactly do you want to do when it comes to you getting into farming? Are you gonna dab and dibble in some, do a little bit of everything? You have to make up your mind when you do your research on what exactly you're going to do, okay? Now, when you figure out what you're going to do, now the plan is how are you going to execute it? Now, this is very, very important. Reason why this is very, very important is because by figuring out how you're going to execute things, this puts you in a place when it comes to how are you going to structure your farm. It's very important when it comes to farm planning. You can't just say, hey, I have a farm, I have some acres, okay, now I'll just go plant here and raise it. It doesn't make sense, because you realize that at some point when you are trying to do something else in the future, you have to cut certain things off or reshuffle certain things, which is it's actually going to cost you more, because you did not have a plan, a farm plan at the start of it. So have a farm plan. It's very important, because this would allow you to structure your farm the way according to what you're going to produce, what's going to be your main source of production, which goes back to the reason of why you want to be a farmer. All right. Now, when you realize that aspect, now the next thing is, what is it going to take you to get where you need to get? A lot of people know that, hey, maybe you said it's going to take land, it's going to take money, it's going to take you something. Maybe you have the land and not the money, or maybe you have the money and not the land, or maybe you have both but you don't know how to start. Maybe you don't have any at all, but you just don't know how to start. One of the most important things that you want to do is to see, hey, I have this plan. Now let me see what it's going to take to get me where I need to get. That's how you put a budget. Go out to your local areas when it comes to the farming equipment, the material that you would need. Like example, we said, hey, let's say you're doing poultry, for example. You want to do poultry farming, and now you know that, hey, I want to do this amount of poultry per month, or this amount of poultry per week. Or it could be ducks, it could be chickens, it could be turkeys, whatever you want to do. Now, you know that you're going to do it what style? Maybe you want to do mobile coop. Maybe you actually want to do it in a standard coop, whereby you just build it in an area that is stagnant, not moving. What you will do is, hey, go to your local neighborhood, go to the store that has all the equipment, go to the store that has the material, and start getting quotes for yourself, saying that, hey, this is what it's going to take me. Okay, I need this amount of materials. I maybe need this equipment, or maybe I need to rent this equipment. Now I have a budget on what it's going to take me to execute what I need to execute. By this, then you'll know, hey, if you would need to do maybe a grant proposal, maybe you need to save some money, whatever it takes, you know now, because you have a budget, and that budget is going to allow you to see where you can go next. Okay. Now, another important part, guys, is knowing the food system in your area. What is the food system? The food system is the time you put the seed in the ground, or get that first piglet, or the type of breed of piglet or chicken that you need, from the time that you start to where it gets to the consumer, that's what everything that it entails within that part, in between that, is the food system. And it's very important for you to know, because from there you could say, hey, maybe I want to be, like you said, that farmer that we're going to produce the raw material and that's just it. Or we're going to indulge in everything after it leaves the farm. So now we know what it takes to go from the beginning to when it gets to the consumer. It's very, very important for you guys to know that. Now, in the food system, there's 3 things that are important, right? I want to break it down to you guys. There's the natural aspect, which has to do with the land, the water, the living organisms, the things like that, like natural environment. That's exactly what it says, the natural environment. There's the socio-economic environment. What this deal with is the players, meaning that the people that are involved directly in the actual food system and what their roles are. And there's the political environment. This has to do with what policies, what regulations, things like that the government have on what we're actually trying to do within the food system. So it's very important to know these things, especially when it comes to the socio-economic part of it. Why? By knowing the social economic part of everything that you're doing, it tells you, okay, these are the people that are in the realm of what I'm trying to do, or this is where I'm trying to be. So by knowing these things, you'll know that, hey, this is the guy that I need to speak with. This is the guy that I need to get information from. or this is the guy that I need to mentor me to get where I need to get. Because then, like I said, that's the players that are involved and what their roles are within the food system. I'll leave the value chain for another topic some other time, because then that's another aspect by itself. All right. Now, with all of this being said, one of the most important thing is, how do you become a farmer? Well, I'd advise you to do some research again. Google is our best friend. Go on Google, see what in your area, how to become a farmer within the area you live. Like I said, for example, I'm in Belize. So what we would need to do here is that we would just need to actually go to our agricultural department, take our social security card, take the latitude and longitude of our farm, and then just go in, walk in and register. If they need any other information, they'll let us know and tell us, hey, you know what? We need this information. We need that information. What do you have going on your farm already? Or is it just woods or grass, or what's going on? So they're gonna let you know exactly what else you need to have in order for you to become a farmer. But one of the most important part is getting registered. Why? Because by being a registered farmer in a neighborhood, there's a lot of programs that donors are giving out, that maybe your government is giving out, that maybe some organization is giving out there that you can qualify for, and it would actually help you when it comes to your farm. If you're not registered, it makes things harder on you, because what am I doing now if I'm not registered, but I have things, but people want my registration or want my card ID or want something on my farm to show that, hey, you are a legitimate farmer, and you don't have it, then that means that the help won't come your way. But if now you're registered, then all the help can come your way. So remember, guys, register your farm, be registered as a farmer, because it's very important. And last but not least, be patient.